All right, so now we're in Figma and I'm just about to get started. I've already prepared my files. I've prepared the color styles, text styles and everything because of course it's going to take a long time for me to do that on the live call, on this call. So what that means, basically I've prepared everything and then we will be jumping into my Figma file. And one of the things I want you, of course, when you're in Figma, just type F, you'll be able to open up a desktop layout, which is basically 1440 by 1024. Because I'm building a dashboard, I'm starting desktop first for the dashboard, and then it's going to be mobile responsive, which ultimately we don't have to design the mobile screen, because if we are designing and we are going to build, automatically we can convert the build into mobile responsive automatically. So, but what I'm going to start with, it's going to be the onboarding screen. I'm going to design the onboarding screen first, and then once I'm done with the onboarding screen, I will design one of the dashboard layouts for this call. Again, it's going to take me hours to be able to design everything, because I want to show you at the end of this call, I want to be able to show you how you can convert your design in Figma straight into code. So the part one of this series is going to be just the onboarding. Then the next set of videos I'll be releasing will be focused on designing the other part of the dashboard and then, coding it with AI. So for today's call, we'll be looking only at the onboarding screen. On the onboard, we design and then we code it in AI. Then on the next subsequent videos, you will be seeing other parts before we move to another project. So that's how we'll be doing. We'll sketch, design, build, sketch, design, and build different type of ideas, fitness tracker app, food delivery app, really, really amazing project that you will be able to add to your portfolio at the end of the day. So let's jump into it. Onboarding. Onboarding basically means signing up. So the layout I always love to use for my onboarding screen is always the double column, two column style, two column layout, one on the left and the other one on the right. So let's say, let me do this, pick my frame. Of course, you type F on your keyboard. Let's do this, fill with one of the colors here. This is what I'm going to do. I love to design to do rounded corners. Let's do 24. I'm not going to use auto layout on the frame itself, on the layout itself, because that wouldn't be looking good. The other thing I want to do here is basically definitely use, probably use a background image. Let's look for Unsplash. Let's look for an image in Unsplash that would represent HR dashboard, something like that. Let's see. Unsplash. So there's Unsplash plugin that can help us. Let's see. Let's just type HR. Let's see what it will give us for HR. Okay, HR interviewing people, campaign creators, HR recruit. Okay, something like this. Should actually go inside. So I want it to go inside my container here. Let's see if this would fit in right away. So you click on the image and I think it will automatically fill in. Yep. You should be able to move things about a bit. So what we can do here is basically can increase so we can see this image a bit slightly. And then let's see, I have this image. Probably I have to make it a bit slightly bigger. Good. Let's see. Good. If I'm going to use layouts grid, most of my layouts usually, and then I can set my columns here because I'm doing 24, not stretch. If I do center, it can be 12 columns, and then eventually stretch margin can also be 24, structured. So I've got you as a starting point here, and then this will be at the starting point here. And then I really don't like to design with layouts grid because it always kind of just, but it's still always very good. And then the next thing I want to do is now to have my login, my create account, and because of course this is onboarding, create account, login, and every other information I want to have here so that the customer can easily log in. So this is how I'm going to be designing that page. Of course, I'll be having like a full, having enough space in between. And then, so yep, let's see. I think first thing first, I always want to have, let's call this my left column, left, and right color. Let's see, because I don't plan to have any text on this, I don't need to make this auto layout. But for the left column, I plan to make this auto layout. I will be starting with just the normal frame alone first, and then this, like a demo temporary logo here. You can always create your own, logo if you want. But let's assume that we'll be using this as the logo. Then I can, oops, sorry. Let's see. I can just assume this is going to be our logo. Just give it a light color, and then press K on your keyboard to just scale it down a bit. Okay, and let's give it a name. Let's say HR dash. We'll give it a name, HR dash. Let's give it this. So this is going to be, we'll be taking this, let's call this the logo icon and logo text. And then I would press Shift A to auto layout this, and then call this the logo component. Good. Okay, so at this point, what I would love to do now is, this is the right time for me to then turn the left column into an auto layout. I'll be having it as a fixed width that spans through 3 columns. And then I have the logo component done. The next thing I want to do is basically, of course, I would be implementing, let's say, this top. There is no padding top and bottom, so I'm going to make the padding 0 there at that point. So because I don't want anything up and bottom. So I'm done with the logo. The next thing I want to do, of course, I probably would want to also give maybe 48 px space, and then I want to have my hero text. Not my hero text, I mean the text that is going to be describing the service I'm going to be offering. Let's say, let's call this, why is this not coming? Hero, bring it back in, and then I will take this up. Now the font I'm using is Manrope. Again, I will be sharing this to everyone if you are interested in this. And then I can say this: manage your recruitment process with ease. Okay, this is going to be, let's see, this is going to be H3, and then I'm going to make it fill, so it can just be here. Looking at this, I think this should actually span, probably we make this span, and then we can increase this to span through 4 columns and keep this like this. Yep. Again, this image is a placeholder. We can always look for something really nice, but again, this is just for us to keep going on this project. I think we should just keep this small. Manage your recruitment process with ease. Good. So this is done. And then the next thing we want to do, of course, we want to design the input fields. I can say input field. Let's see. So now for the input field, I'm going to draw a rectangle that basically would be representing my input field. And I think I actually already have like the components done here. So we don't need to also recreate that. Now for the input field, I already mentioned that I prepared so many this component already. So you can always, I already have them sorted here. So all I need to do is to just paste this here. And then of course, I want this should represent your email. Because it's a component, you can see all I need to do here is email, and this is going to be like a placeholder. I don't need the left icon there. I also don't need the, let's see, I don't need the I showing here. So all I just need to do, switch this off here because they're all designing components. And this is the active state. I have several videos, courses that already, created regarding designing components specifically for this purpose. So if it's something you're interested in, just drop a comment or just reply an email, and I'll be able to set you up either on a one-on-one basis for me to teach you how to get some of these things done in more detail. So, but for this, I'm going to put in, say, john@gmail.com as the email, and I will need this to be my password because you'll be entering your first name, your last name. And I think I want to use, let's see, if I'm going to use this, it has to be an icon. This icon could be a profile. Let's see. So this icon here is going to be a profile image. Let's search for this profile. Yep, I can do this profile. Okay, because I'm asking for you for that. And then also in this case here, this is going to be password. I'm going to activate this, and then I will select this here and make this key. Let's see. Yeah, password. Now let's do this. Let's see. So this, yep, good. So this is going to be password, but of course my password would be only be showing, let's say it's going to be showing just, you know, kind of fillers like this. Or maybe let me look for this. Input text will be showing something like this, something like this. So yeah, you have your email, of course, for you to log in, email, password, and then under this I want to be able to do so now this is where I'm going to make this auto layout, and I'll be calling this the log form wrapper. Let's call this form wrapper because the space between them would definitely not be 48. I will be looking at, say, 24. I think 24 is good. And then let's see, 24. Yeah, 24 is great. So underneath here, I want a checkbox because I want to be able to, you know, remember me and then forgot password. So this is where I'm going to then bring in a checkbox from the icon sets. Let's see, checklists. Call this checklists. Paste here. So I've got this here, and I'll use a text here. Say remember me. I will be using body small, medium, and this will be in the same layout this way. And of course the space in between is not going to be 24, 12, and this is going to be taking this color here, neutral, body small, let's say body small regular, and then the color is going to be neutral 500. Cool. The next, yep, for this will be remember me, and I want forgot password to be on the right. Let's see, so I'll say forgot password. Yeah, this is going to be a primary blue text link because it's going to be an action information. So this is going to be, let's say, information. Okay, auto layouts this way and then this way. Make the, instead of hug, make it fill, and then to expand on that, I'm going to call this, definitely we call this in login information, login form options, while this is going to be remember me, and then forgot password, remember me text, checklist. Yep, good. So we have this sorted out, we have everything well labeled. And so once you have this, of course we need a button. So the button component will look, the button component will definitely look something like this. And then we just bring it in, paste it here. Of course we'll switch off the left and right, make it fill container, change the text to login. Right, sounds good, good. And then the other thing you want to do is then to now quickly design the social network if you want to be able to log in with Facebook or Google. So that's going to be a feature that, let's move this up a bit. I can probably use a line here, change the color, this, add text here. If you don't want to log in with this, and duplicate this, select all, Shift A, and then make it horizontal. Then you come over here, just bring this in the middle and put it in the center. Let's see, so it's not inside of this left column, so I'm going to make it, just pull it inside here, and this is going to be right below. So now we can use fill container, create space in between everything, so you don't have to. So we'll call this login form divider. So you can see as I'm designing, I'm also making sure I'm giving my layouts a very good name. Now because I'm using auto layouts, by the time we're exporting this code, this design to code, it will automatically use this name in the code. And if your design is well structured, you have all the auto layouts well done, set up properly, you will be able to, I mean, the AI code editor will be able to understand it really well. So let's call this login divider. So this is going to be all, select neutral 400. Let's see, neutral 400. Cool. So we have 48 dividing them all, and then I've got to bring in my, say, login social media, copy here, and then I'll come paste and then duplicate. This is going to be Google, this other one's going to be Facebook. Select both of them and then make them to go this way. Instead of say continue with Google, I'll just say Google. Customers know what to do already, they're not dumb. Facebook, this. So instead of separating them and then just, oh no, let's say 24, and then we'll come here, let's put it in the middle. Same goes for this, 24, and select the button, put this in the middle. So we have this for you to be able to sign in with social. I'm going to reduce, instead of 48, reduce it to 24, so you can have this sorted out. And then lastly, I want to be able to then allow you to, don't have an account, you should be able to, if you don't have an account, you should be able to register and create an account right there and there. Let's see. So I'm going to call this form frame social login form. Social login form. Let's see. Social login. So don't have an account. I should be able to reuse this. Cut. I don't want that. I want this to have its own, and then paste inside. What that means, basically, don't have an account. I would use and then say register or create account. Register here, and instead of doing small regular, I'll be doing small medium bold, so that can also help the visibility. And then of course I'll bring it down here to actually keep it right there. So if I just click on this and then I switch off the grid layout, yep, so you can see, I know why. So we need to uncheck the clip content so that we can all see. So clean layout HR dash, that's the name of the product. We're saying, let's see, close. Okay, cool. So we have this. Of course, we can really go all fancy with you know what we have here. So manage your recruitment process with ease, email, password, and all that going in here. And then, so this is definitely going to be like the login screen. So this is the login screen. The next screen would definitely be, register. Okay, so what that means is basically you're getting started. We keep everything here. We just do create accounts to get started. Create account to get started. We need your first name, your last name, choose a password, and then we just keep it pretty simple, you know. So we make all this. So where you have the email, we change this to your first name. You know, your first name, we call you John, because now I'm an HR. Your first name, but this time around, I don't want to have icons on the left. No, not show text. I don't want to have these icons here. And I can also keep it. And also this should be active. Probably this should just be imputed. Password should be imputed also. And I don't want to have the button here. Your first name, so I'm duplicating this to give me your last name. So first name is John, last name is, and then I have to choose a password. I don't think I need this here. And then from here, I can then come and say your first name, last name, password. You need to confirm your password. Let's see, password, confirm password. We don't want this. And this time around, this will be already have an account, login. I agree to all the terms and conditions. Good. Probably I don't want this here. So this is okay. So this is the register flow. Forgot password. Of course, we could definitely change, you know, for every time. Let me see, for every time. Now I'm going to call this, I have to call this something. I want to make sure that we are completely giving every single item a name. So this login text. So this is login form wrapper. Okay, this is sorted out. So the next screen would definitely be, you know, forgot password. If you tap, once you tap on this, it's going to be forgot password, and that can be done easily. Just duplicate. We can duplicate this screen here, and then we just put in, every other thing remains the same. The only thing we'll be introducing here is, forgot, password. There's going to be an arrow here because this is like a back button. Even though it's a browser, you will be able to click on back button by default, but I think we should still have something that can let the customer go back to where they're coming from. So forgot password will just be for you to enter. Let's say this will be body medium regular. So this will just be, say, please enter your email address. Enter your email address to request password resets. Of course, this is going to be always on 24. I need to just only use one of these. This is going to be email address, and let's call this John as gmail.com. Next, we don't need this because basically you're coming from here, and once you enter this, the next screen will be for you to create a new password. So here would be duplicates, create new password, Yep, and please enter a new password. And I can easily come back here. Oh, something I actually wanted to do here is this has been imputed already. This is active. I want to show right. Yeah, password should be right. So let me copy this here. Forgot password, paste. Let's see, forgot password, create new password, paste, and then we need to confirm this twice to make sure you're not messing around. Password, confirm password. This should be confirm password. The property shouldn't be active, should be imputed, and then I don't need this left right. I don't need the left. I might need the right so that I can see what I've typed. Confirm, and then of course the call to action should be confirm. Cool. Please enter a new password. Yep. And so yep, that will be all. The next thing, of course, once you tap on confirm, it's going to show you confirmation that this has been done. So this is basically a very simple flow for I'm going to call this the onboarding screen. Call it H1. Awesome. So the next set of screens I'm going to be designing is the dashboard. So once we're done with the dashboard, I will then move straight into building this interface with AI.